Marcus Knight, CEO for Hand Up Pay Forward HUPF. I'm here with my brother David from Urban Hope, and we're just talking about our partnership and basically what they're doing, been doing, and what we're planning to do together, which is some amazing things. So, David, can you tell us a little bit about the Urban Hope? Specifically the crime, the influence that the organization had on the crime rate, and also Project Prison Pipeline.
Sure, we're glad to. So glad to be here with you and excited about this partnership and serving together with Unilever in the city. So I've been here about 20 years in this neighborhood, and when we first moved in, it had the second highest murder rate in New York City. We had 17 murders a year in about 2 square blocks. It was had nicknames Wild Wild West Brighton, Bloody Brighton. The cross street over there was a murder alley. It was just a horrific area. What happens when an area is locked down with so much violence and trauma, it devastates the entire community. And so when we first moved in, we just saw, honestly, the hand of God, just come against the murders. And the murder rate went from 17 a year to 0. For about 2 years, there were no murders, and then there was some little splurts here and there. But over the last 20 years, the murder rate's down about 97% since we've been here. We see that there is a hope for healing. So I have great hope for healing in the New York City Housing Authority, NYCHA it's called, or Public Housing of New York City, because we've seen it here. And as you've mentioned, the Projects to Prison Pipeline, that's kind of I guess. Something that over the years of serving here in the trenches, working with the neighborhood, working with the school, working with the children, working with the tenant association presidents, and loving community members and local nonprofits, we all kind of one team over here. We all consider ourselves, we all love the same kids, and so we work together well. And we've seen that there's a pipeline that the kids in the housing project are often statistically doomed before they're 8 years old. That there's a pipeline that leads to poverty, sometimes criminality, but it's just sociological devastation. And so we realized there are certain drop-off points. Family instability is a big drop-off point. And so if we can help to stabilize the family, we could stop. We could plug that portion of the pipeline. And then second grade illiteracy. If a kid isn't reading by 3rd grade, they're statistically doomed to criminality or poverty. It's one of the clearest stats that are out there for turning the trajectory of a young person's life. So we've seen, well, we can plug that. And we started prototypes where we have about 75 volunteers in 5 schools, and 300 kids are reading now. 300 kids in 3rd grade are reading at grade level because of this intervention at that pipeline. So you see, wow, we can plug that now. And then we've learned that 5th grade math is the gateway to vocational success. If they don't pass algebra, basically, they'll never graduate high school. And so if we can help them jump that hurdle, we figure we can help them with literacy, we can help them in 5th grade. These plugs and helping them jump these hurdles can reset the trajectory, and we believe by 2035, with a massive movement, and there's many partners are coming together. Even the chief of housing, the police chief of housing, has given us 1,000% support. Some of the borough presidents have said we're fully in support of this. We believe by 2035, within 1 generation, we can entirely plug the Projects to Prison Pipeline.
Amazing. You mentioned about the NYCHA. Also, those who don't know what that is, can you give us a little insight on what we're doing with NYCHA?
Oh, sure, thank you. Yeah, NYCHA is New York City Housing Authority. There's 334 NYCHA communities in New York City, and at every community, we have a map that we've created where you can see the highest incidence of gunshots, the highest incidence of incarceration, and the highest incidence of deep poverty are located directly in those sectors. And so almost all of the drama and trauma in our city, you'll find circulating there, the violence and the gang, the drug trade, all that really makes our city wounded. you'll find in those communities. So if we target healing, it's like if I go into a hospital and I have a huge gaping wound that's infected, that's exactly where the doctor's going to go. They're going to say, don't worry about his dandruff. Don't worry about his, this over there. We got to treat that wound. So they'll go straight for that wound and bring healing, and then all the other systems will come in place. That's what NYCHA is. It is the huge open wound in our city.
Right. Well, I'm excited about working with NYCHA, with HUPF, and you guys, and we're talking about quite a few things here. We're talking about bringing some of the opportunities for the STEM sponsor programs to these kids who really need it. That's in Unilever and BEU, but I'm working with some feeding programs, Unilever, but there's some other ones too that we're outreaching to. So I'm letting everybody know that whatever resource that they're giving to HUPF or to me, this is where it's going. We are partners, so what I get is going to be dispersed among this group. So we talked about NYCHA too. Let's talk about just some of the numbers that we've been able to reach thus far and that we'll be reaching in this year.
Sure. Well, last year we reached over 10,000 persons in some of the most impoverished, socioeconomic levels in our community, in our city here in Staten Island, and all throughout the city. We have a huge network of nonprofits and ministries that we work with as we share resources. So this year we are launching a huge, basically Adopt a Public Housing Community campaign. Adopt a Public Housing Community, and we always supply resources, diapers, wipes, food, and health and wellness resources, inspirational books, children's books. Multiple resources go out from our warehouses into these struggling communities. And I'm overjoyed about a partnership with Unilever, because I've done a little research. Some of the most amazing companies in the world are under that umbrella corporation. So we see that intervention, that crisis intervention, when people are starving, when people are during the pandemic, nobody had bleach, nobody had wipes, nobody had nobody had toilet paper. So we were able to provide these basic necessities that we all take for granted, to areas that had nothing. And so the crisis intervention enables a really deep relationship with the families, and from there we can start the relational process of helping to, the Word of God says that we need to be good shepherds, and shepherding our people through the valley of the shadow of death. And NYCHA, it's 16 times higher murder rate in NYCHA proper. So it's the valley of the shadow of death, no matter which way you slice it. So coming together, all of us working together, and I'm so excited about the STEM sponsorships. So now as we help them through the pipeline, we say, and here's opportunity. Here's school opportunity. Here's like apprenticeship opportunity, maybe scholarship, maybe job opportunities that can flourish. So if a kid is hopeless, that's going to be a dangerous kid.
Absolutely.
A hopeless young man is a dangerous young man, and for himself and for others. But when hope comes, it changes a person's life.
What are some of the numbers, though, the actual dollar numbers from some of the things we've done in the past, and we hope to reach to dollar numbers and also contacts?
So we work with thousands because we network. So we work with other nonprofits and ministries and organizations and communities, and they reach out to more. So it's a very expanding, fluid network of volunteers, whether it's for our literacy outreach, our basketball ministry. We have a large volunteer network, and through these networks, last year we distributed close to $9 million in resources, whether it's food, like I said, diapers, wipes, hygiene resources, inspirational books. So one of our biggest problems is trucking. We spent, I think, $15 grand in rental trucks alone this year. So sometimes just distributing, but we've been provided free of charge a 50,000 square foot warehouse that we went to visit last week.
That's
So now we can bring in tractor trailer loads. We have a forklift there, so the operations are coming to be world class. You know, we're getting to be, it's a great distribution point to reach the most blighted cities in our nation from that one spot there.
Well, I just really wanted to really hone in on two things. One, Urban Hope, and also the NYCHA program that we're going to be doing together. I want to mention to those who are supporting HUPF that we will be working together. We're planning, right now, your office here is in Staten Island. We're going to plan to do an honors event for the city. We want to combine with both police commissioner and the borough president and those things. So that's one thing. We're looking at, you know, a camp, trying to do something for the youth as well. But I'm excited about the Act of Kindness card. The Act of Kindness card, being able to distribute those and put them into some of the packages that are going out, and just again, what are the numbers that we're looking to reach with that alone? So
we're hoping to reach about 10 to 20,000 individual clients this year. It might blow up to be more than that, but we're planning 50 large scale events throughout the city, and so usually we come in contact with about 600 to 1,200 people, those events. So we're excited about that, and honestly, I'm inspired by the Gotcha, you know, the Gotcha act, you know, the AOK initiative, because there is something so powerful when you realize that you've been blessed to be a blessing, and so as we are sharing these resources, we believe we'll also be creating an upward flow for community healing, because now I'm blessing you with resources. I say, brother, pay it forward.
Right.
Bless somebody on your floor, in your neighborhood, in your block. You know somebody who's struggling more than you. So there's an empowering momentum to that we're going to say, we're here. We wanted to bless you here today, but we want you to be part of the blessing. Can you take two of these and bless somebody else?
Right.
So I'm really excited about the Acts of Kindness movement, the AOK movement. I love that.
Right.
It's fantastic.
And so with that, that's a good segue to say, I got you.
I got you too, bro.
No, I got you really, because I'm about to bless you with some gifts. So the question was, if you knew, you know, who's the company that created or that owns helmets.
You mean the best mayonnaise in the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in most cases, people didn't know it was
Unilever.
Unilever.
See, these are secrets that we need to get out in the open.
Right. So this is just some samples I set aside for you. Sauces. Go ahead.
Oh, fantastic. Look at this.
That's one of the most popular ones.
That looks like some delicious red pepper sauce. Am I allowed to take one of these home?
No, those are yours.
Hallelujah.
You guys for the staff, because we're always giving out. I want to make sure that the leadership, you get something too.
My kids will love it.
Most people don't know, Unilever owns
Vaseline.
Vaseline. So, just a few. This is one of my wife's favorite over here.
Fantastic.
This is Norris.
Oh, delicious.
But there's
That's the. Oh, look at that. These are. I love this because this is like a meal in a bag.
Right.
This is fantastic for families that are struggling,
Right.
and single mothers working all day long. They come home at 7 o'clock, and that's.
So you guys make sure you keep some for yourself. So you gotta try this. You gotta try the partnership products. But just a couple more that might surprise you here.
Wow. And you know what? In the inner city communities, Vaseline, the dryness, skin dryness, is such a problem and an expensive product. So Vaseline's top of the line for that. That's fantastic.
Right. So hold your hand open.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
No, I'm just gonna some over there.
Okay.
Okay, so over your hand, this is one of the supporters
Oh,
of HUPF, New York Giants.
are you serious?
New York Giants. So
You're wrong with the Giants? That's
If you-
fantastic.
So if you have, again, I'm going to be reconnecting with these guys, and I'm going to ask them to support
Wow.
us as together as a team.
Oh, that's a beautiful
And so
thing.
I'm going to keep one of these little
These
bottles
are
here.
We work with the Hurricanes. They are a fantastic local football team.
Right.
Football, a non-profit organization, does a fantastic job. They would be so excited about this partnership.
And by all means, to hand these out, hands open again,
Okay. Okay.
over here, over it,
Okay.
so in case someone, there's
Oh,
another
and
one
the
of our
Jets.
partners.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got both sides. So no matter what side of the
Absolutely.
of the
So
city you're on.
we're actually talking to the Brooklyn Nets right now about taking the challenge.
Oh, wow.
A couple of players taking.
You know,
the
we
challenge.
have our we host a 5-borough basketball championship invitational. So we have basketball leagues from kids from all the nicer communities in Staten Island,
Right.
and they win a championship. And then we reach out to all the other basketball leagues in the city, and we have a 5-borough invitational with a championship at Barclays.
Well,
So we've done it for 2 years in a row, and then last year we were 1 week away. We had to cancel it because of the pandemic. But they've been fantastic partners with this as well. So this is exciting.
so I just reached out to and just got some samples, some things that you can give away to some of the youth, and definitely keep those for the staff and yourselves as well. So I wanted to share this opportunity,
So
and
exciting.
again, let them know that this is my right hand at this point. So we're in this together, and we're about to do some damage.
Oh, hallelujah.
So for those companies I'm going to be reaching out to support with food and efforts and giving materials and products, this is who it is. So I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to showing you where your gift goes and how much of a blessing it is on those who have little, including hope.
So
All right.
appreciate it. So appreciate it. Thank you.
Please, HUPF United, we're still standing.
Hallelujah.